You should never, ever, 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 ever have a crush on a girl, ever, bro. Ever. And this is why, bro. This is why. You gotta understand what a crush is, bro. You creating a reality in your head. You creating a fantasy in your head. You seeing somebody and you not approaching them. You not talking to them. You just thinking about them. You afraid. And the problem with that fear is that it builds up, bro. The longer you wait, the more of a fantasy you create in your head. And that fantasy will only hinder you. It's only going to hold you back, bro. It's not going to help you because you create conversations in your head and realities. You probably in home jaying off. You probably shooting out a bunch of everywhere, a bunch of Cinco all on your damn boxers, and man, your rum probably stink from all that beating you doing. You gotta keep in mind what you're doing, bro. When you see a girl, talk to her. You know what I mean? This is what I do. I'm not gonna act like I'm some, social animal. I'm not gonna act like I am. I honestly, my biggest fear is talking to people. That's my biggest fear. So it's hard to do. And that's where this advice coming from. Somebody who knows how you feel. Like, the shit is scary. I don't know why, but it is. But at the end of the day, as men, we conquer our fear. This is what I suggest you do. You see a girl you like, you conquer your fear, you go to her. You give yourself a week. Just say she in your class. Give yourself a week. Give yourself a week to build up to it. And at the end of that week, talk to her. But don't go no longer than that. If she not in your class, you just see her on a day-to-day basis, then say, if she walk past me on the third time I see her, I'm going to walk up to her and I'm going to talk to her, and that's that. You know what I mean? So you see her on Tuesday. You build up to it. You see her on Friday. You might even go right then and there. You might just say, yo, what's up? Or you might hold back. But that third time you see her, just go. Because what's the point? What's the point in living in your mind when we can live in reality? We need to live in reality. And I'm going to make a video on handling rejection right after this. So if she say no to your ass, you feel me, you can know how to deal with that. Plus, another thing I want to add, when you build a false reality like that, you basically put her on a pedestal way higher than what she should be on. You start to view her as some sort of otherworldly being, like she way beyond you. And it makes it, like, the longer you build the crush, the longer you build that reality, the harder it's going to be to actually talk to her. And then on top of that, when you do talk to her, it might even turn you off because you created a reality that just isn't true. Think about what you're doing. You're creating conversation in your head. You're imagining conversation. And that conversation that you imagine is more reflective on your personality than hers. Like, those fake conversations you have 1 a.m. before you beat off, like y'all talking about music and whatever the hell you like, cooking, whatever the fuck it is. But in reality, she don't like none of that. If you actually walked up and talked to her, you would see that she's nothing like the imagination that you create. For all we know, she might literally eat shit from out of toilets. We don't know. You know what I mean? But you creating this reality, so when you do talk to her, it's going to turn you off, and you're not going to be prepared for it. Your game going to be off because you're going to be talking about the conversations you imagine, and she going to be way left base, left field, and it's going to throw you off. It's going to throw off the moment that you having, and it's going to turn you off, and it's going to ruin the conversation as a whole, and she not even going to vibe with you either. And the problem with having these realities in your head is that it hurt more if it doesn't go the way you planned it. Like, for 7 months you've been fantasizing about this girl because you're scared to talk to her. You've been thinking about what date you're gonna go on. You've been thinking about the jokes you're gonna say. You've been thinking shit. You've been thinking about y'all getting married. You had kids to this woman in your mind. You know what I mean? So when she don't want you, it hit even harder because the reality you created isn't fulfilled. And that's another problem with having a crush on somebody. So instead of having a crush on somebody, just get up and talk to them. Because if you don't invest a lot of time, you won't get a lot of pain back. Whatever you reap is what you sow. So to keep this video short and sweet, you know what I mean? Don't crush on a girl. Don't do none of that, bro. As men, we gotta just walk up to people and talk to them and face our fear. We can't be living in our head. Because we building up realities, we building up fantasies, and we wasting time. You might have had a crush on a girl for 2 years. You in high school with that girl. You crushing on her for 2 years. You ain't even do nothing. You at college. You got classes with that girl. You work with her. You been staring at that ass for 5 years. You been looking at that shit at the water fountain. You sipping water, looking at the side of your eye. Damn, she got a fat ass. Think about what you doing. As opposed to just walking up to her, talking to her. Y'all could have been married by now. Y'all could have been married and having kids by now. You know what I mean? So there's no good that can come from living in your head like that. Look at that squirrel, bro. It's a squirrel up there, bro. Damn. Look at that squirrel up there. There it go. You see it? Look at that squirrel up there, man. He living in the moment, man. That's how we should be. Oh, look at that other squirrel, bro. Yeah. Praise Christ.